Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Bigakar Ahmed and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be going ahead and taking a look at Billie Eilish in specifics. New video, Birds of a Feather. And why I'm going ahead and taking a look at this video is because over the last year or so, I have noticed in music videos in the music industry that it's become very demonic. Artists at the ages of 21 and 27 either go missing or dead. Very often, I've noticed a lot of different patterns. And then within those music videos, when they do turn 27 or they do turn 21, they make these songs almost like they're happy that they're alive. They make these songs that identify that there's like two different versions of them, and one of them died, one of them was killed, and one of them survived, which is usually their evil side. And there's a lot of levitation and floating and possession that's happening in these videos, especially when we go ahead and take a look at now's music with like Doja Cat. They just dress up as devils. Where you look at Lil Nas X twerking on the devil, selling shoes with human blood. You look at Lady Gaga and how creepy she is and what she does in her videos, and how Lady Gaga is caught drinking blood off of a live dead body. There's so much weird, satanic, ritualistic things that are happening in the music industry. And because this channel speaks about religion, because this channel speaks about getting closer to God Almighty, you need to learn how to identify demons. You need to learn how to identify the evils around you that actually take you away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into Billie Eilish Birds of a Feather music video. And I'm going to go ahead and explain exactly what I mean by this, right? So let's go ahead and go to the recording scene. One thing I want to touch on is the comments here, right? So as you can see here, the comment right here, the top comment says, "To me, the whole message is she is being pulled in all directions by someone that's not even there. Super symbolic of lingering effects of sort of lost love." And then everyone's like, "Oh, this is such a great explanation. I think it's about Phineas and her blood connection, and you can use a close friendship, and the Birds of a Feather is the name of a song." Like, these people aren't seeing like what she's just trying to tell you. She's trying to tell you something very clear. The song is about losing someone. We're birds of the feather. We're gonna be together until the end of time is basically the theme of the song. And she's not talking about a boy. She's not talking about a girl that she's in love with. She's talking about her jinn. She's talking about her demon, her shaitan, that she has made a deal with here in the music industry. And it's very sad to see these things, but I will show you that Billie Eilish is not the only one. I'll show you the reoccurring pattern. And it happens in every single artist's music videos. The same reason that all of these men in the music, all these men who are artists, all these men in comedy, all these men who are actors, they wear dresses eventually. It's like they all have to dress up as a girl. You know what I mean? It's just something that you see that is just such a pattern that it's like, boom, right in your face. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at Birds of a Feather by Billie Eilish music video and examine it. I'm going to keep it muted because I'm not in the mood to get copyright strike. But she says, "I want you to stay till I'm in the grave, till I ride away, dead and buried." And as you can see on her shirt already, "Till I'm in the casket you carry." Her shirt already is a demon. It's like devil horns, as you can see on her shirt. And she's getting pulled by something that's not there. Insane. Almost like a poltergeist movie. If you pay attention as well, when someone is recording something, especially a music video like this, they're paying attention to every scene. Every single thing in the scene is exact. From the little stain on the carpet, to the chair they're sitting in, to the angle that it's recorded at, to the cut in the wall on the back. They choose specific scenes and sets to build a specific vibe and image. This is poltergeist. There's nothing out of poltergeist. Like, this is a poltergeist vibe, is my point, right? And that is what they're building here. That is what the Hollywood studio here is building. They're not building I can't live without my baby. I love my woman, or I love my man. This is not that vibe. This is like, I can't live without the demon that has possession over me and is pulling me around this building. So I find it very interesting that people find this as art. Like, look at her face. She's even making demonic face mannerisms. And I know that's Billie Eilish. I know Billie Eilish is a creepy vibed artist. But look at the hot flashes here with the transitions And look how she's being pulled. And she's saying, I don't want you to go away ever until I'm in my grave. And right here, look at her pocket. Right there. Do you see how her pocket got grabbed? Like something grabbed her pocket? It's indicating something's there. Something's grabbing her pocket. Something's pulling her. Something's pushing her around. And she loves it. She wants it to stay until the day she's in her grave. And she makes these facial mannerisms and she's wearing this demon shirt. How am I supposed to feel about something like this, right? She's getting pulled through the wall. Like, it happens multiple times in the video, like right here. Like, what is this, guys? This is art. She's trying to express herself. I don't want to say goodbye. Okay, so we get the point here. So Billie Eilish in this video is being clearly dragged around by something that we cannot see. An entity we cannot see. The two entities that we know about that we cannot see are angels and demons. She's wearing a demonic shirt, and she's in the music industry, which is a demonic industry, who are known for selling your soul to the devil. She is clearly giving you the message, I've sold my soul. This is what this is, right here. I want to be with you forever until the day that I die, until I'm in the grave. I don't want you ever to leave me. Like, look at her face, guys. It's like a face of, like, euphoric possession. It's not like a good face. Like, her whole vibe is off here. So I want you guys to understand that, like, when you watch these music videos and you see these things, like your favorite artist, you're this, you're that, these are a means of shirk, is what we call it in Islam. It's a means of putting something above God Almighty. So these artists, you worship them. The way they dress, the way they talk, the things that they do, you have posters of them in your room. I know, because as a kid, I loved Logic, who was a rapper, and I loved him with all my life, and he had a really good message, and it was peace, love, and positivity. And even though Logic isn't like a mainstream mess, where he went into the mainstream and he sold himself and started making these demonic videos and doing these demonic things, which he didn't, I very, very, very much see the effects that his music even had on me in a negative way. So looking at this stuff, I can only imagine like kids that are listening to this and watching this and absorbing this, like how they grow up and think. Like they're gonna think everything is okay because they're worshiping and their idols are demons. They're straight demons that make possession contracts. So it's very, very sad to see. It's sad to see that young artists like this, like Billie Eilish is young. She's a beautiful girl. She has her whole life ahead of her, and she's throwing away her afterlife. For what? For what? Moving on, Travis Scott. I just want to show you guys a reoccurring theme now, since it's not just Billie Eilish. I want to show you guys the reoccurring theme. So as you can see here at the end of this Travis Scott video, it ends in the pool here with these betta fish. And you can see he is floating in the back. Almost like there's this fire. Do you see the fire around him? So jinns, the demons, they're made out of fire. Hell is made out of fire. These demons, they're made out of a smokeless fire. As you can see that the fire here is smokeless. There's no smoke coming out of it. There's no smoke effect. It's just fire wrapped around Travis Scott, allowing him to float. That is what a jinn's exact description is in the religion of Islam. That is the exact, what I am looking at here in this image. If we go ahead and take a look at the rest of the video here, Travis Scott comes into the house. He notices that everyone from the night before is dead from his party. So they were basically sacrificed. And he starts floating around the room. And everything starts floating around the room with him. And basically, the song is about, you know, as you can see, it says lucid dreaming. But it's, I don't want to wake up. I don't want to, you know, the song's about not waking up. Basically, him and The Weeknd are singing about, I don't want to wake up. I don't want to go to sleep. And then as you can see, the black crows, which are also known as jinns, they take forms as different animals like crows and cats and owls and specific animals like snakes. And yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, this is not a one-off pattern here where it's just Billie Eilish doing it. And if you pay attention to every single time these artists do it, it's at the ages of 21 and 27. Travis Scott's 27 in this video. Let's go ahead and check out A$AP Rocky. This song is called Every Day, right? Featuring Rod Stewart and Mark Ronson. And Rod Stewart's record is right here. And I'm actually going to play it for 2 seconds so you guys can hear that he's playing it backwards. He's playing the record in reverse. Do you know how sometimes you play a record in reverse and you could hear different things? It sounds demonic. There's different, there's a different message in the reversed pattern of the song. This is exactly what A$AP Rocky is doing. So you tell me why A$AP Rocky here is playing Rod Stewart's album backwards, floating in his bed while he's smoking a blunt. You tell me why. Is there any demonic things happening here? Any spiritual things? Is there a jinn, kind of like Travis Scott's jinn here, that's picking him up? Is that what's happening here? And you know what's interesting too about Travis Scott's thing is it ends in the water, right? It ends over the water with these fish and these exact fish, right? And nothing, like I said before in the Billie Eilish music video, they don't put anything in a video just for fun. Everything has a specific meaning and a specific purpose. Jinns do live over the water. They live over the water and they live in deserts. I don't know if this is a symbolization of that, but it also looks like that. A$AP Rocky is floating, smoking a blunt, listening to a track backwards. Let's go to the next one. This is the Kid Laroi and Justin Bieber, Stay. So the song's about I want you to stay, right? So he's singing about this girl, which is not a girl, which is a jinn or a demon that he has made a contract with, and he doesn't want it to stay, ever. And it's funny because they make these songs sound like they're about girls, but then they literally show you in the video they're definitely not talking about a girl. Like, yeah, they're showing you a girl, she's crying, she's upset, but like, what is that? What does that have to do with a girl? What does that have to do with the girl? Guys, it makes absolutely no sense. Like, the pattern is almost every single artist, every single video, and then he floats around the whole video. Why? Why? And what's up with the demonic flashes? And what's up with the one eye? The all-seeing eye, which is also the sign of the Antichrist. Ladies and gentlemen, in Islam, the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon us, explained to us that one of the signs of the Antichrist is he will be blind in his right eye. And his forehead will be shining like the morning star. If we look at the US dollar, I don't think I have a dollar on me. This is a 20. Yeah, if we look at the US dollar, you'll actually see that. You'll see the all-seeing eye, and at the top, it's shining like a morning star. So it's a sign of the Dajjal. It's a sign of the Antichrist. And they do it in the industry all the time. This one-eye thing, this all-seeing eye thing, they always do it. It's a sign of the Dajjal. It's a sign of the Antichrist. And I just don't get it, guys. I don't get how people look at this and they see art, you know? Like, when I see the Kid Laroi, like, flying around the bedroom here, I'm sickened by it. I'm sickened. Like, they're showing you he's been possessed, or he has this demon, or he has this jinn that has been attached to him, and he wants it to stay, no matter how much, trouble it causes. Then it goes into Justin Bieber's part, and all of this stuff. It's just very upsetting to me that, like, people just don't see the obvious. And here, I'll go to Little Skies. Just one more example for you guys. Just so you guys don't think like I'm a conspiracy theorist or I'm going crazy. Like, I'm someone who was really into music a long time ago. I'm someone who got into religion and stay away from music now as much as I possibly can. Obviously, there's music playing everywhere. I have my biases as I grew up listening to music. So if I do hear a song that I know, I don't mind it. But, like, to see what I've actually been brainwashed by and what I've been influenced by throughout my lifetime, it's gross. It makes me sick to my stomach. I thank God Almighty, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for showing me. All I did for the last year and a half was pray to God and ask God to show me the demons of this world, to show me the evils of this world, to reveal them to me, allow me to see them for what they are, allow me to see things for what they are, and to protect me away from the things that lead me down the wrong path. And God Almighty opened my eyes. He showed me so much over the last year and a half. especially when it comes to music, the amount of things that I found in music, the amount of things I found in music videos, I can create a 10-hour documentary exposing the entire music industry with things like this about ages, about all of the different ritualistic things that they do, and full proof, full blown in their videos, admitting what they do. It's really, really sad. It's really, really gross. And I can only thank God Almighty for this. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to protect yourself truly in this world from the evils of this world, you need to connect to your Creator. You need to call out to your Creator. I don't care if you're Muslim or Christian or Jewish or even atheist. Tonight, when you sit down, you take a shower, you're in a room alone, get on your hands and knees, put your head to the ground, and ask God. Ask God to guide you, ask God to protect you, and ask God to keep you away from things like this. Ask God to make you rich. Because these artists, they want to get rich, they want to be famous, and they do it without God. They do it with the exact opposite. They trade their soul, and this is what selling your soul is. They don't actually give the soul to the demon. That's not the demon's soul. They sell their soul to the demon, meaning that their afterlife is sold. They've given it to the devil. They are not going to go to heaven, and they're okay with that. They've told themselves in their head, I'm not going to go to heaven. I've sold my soul for this temporary life of riches and money and fame, and I'm okay with that. And then they go ahead and they do stuff like this. And it's so sad to see, because they always get them very young. They get artists at the ages of 16 to 21, and that's when they recruit them in these industries. Like, you guys are telling me this is not a trend. Like, this is not something that is art. This is not art. This is not something that everyone does in their videos, like, because this is the trending theme. No, this is the music industry thing. This has been happening since the 80s, this is video editing, just this normal video editing. This has been happening to artists for a long time. There's nothing new here. There's a song by Eminem, and it's called My Darling, which I actually would like to review because it really explains how Eminem deals with the devil and deals with this blood contract that he had signed. And he's talking back and forth to Shaitan in this song. And no, like I said, I don't advocate for music, but some of these things, like, people really don't understand. Like, it's not fake. These things that these artists be talking about when it comes to these demonic things, these in what's happening, like, it's not fake, guys. It's not. I know it seems fake to you because you're so attached to the physical world. You're so attached to your phone, and you're so attached to, like, food and sex and drugs and everything physical. You just want to feel physicality. Like, you're just chasing physical stuff all the time in your video games and your electronics and just everything around you, right? But when you become spiritual more, when you start praying, when you start fasting, when you start giving to charity, when you start calling to your Creator and making prayers to your Creator and asking God for guidance, things start changing. Things start changing fast. You start seeing the spiritual world because you are a spiritual being. But if all you're focused on is your body, the physical world, the physical things, your physical temptations all the time, then what's the point? Like, you're never going to feel that, you're never going to tap into your spiritual side. You have to work out your spirit. So in order to work out your spirit, you're going to need to pray, you're going to need to fast, you're going to need to call upon your Creator, you're going to need to give to charity, you're going to be good to your parents, you're going to need to refrain from sinning, like, having sex before marriage, or refrain from, taking alcohol or drugs, or doing these things. These things are going to help you a lot. They're going to help you quite a bit. So this is something that you guys need to keep in mind, and this is something that will always protect you at the end. No amount of money, no amount of fame is worth throwing away the rest of forever in the afterlife. So please, ladies and gentlemen, please guard yourself. Be very, very, very careful. And I wanted to go ahead and show you guys this as an example, that this is happening to new artists every single time. Pay attention to artists like the Kid Laroi. Pay attention to Billie Eilish. Pay attention to newer artists that are entering the scene, and see if the same things reoccur. Are they floating around? Are they being dragged around by something invisible in their video? Are they killing a second version of their self? I find it very, very interesting that a lot of names, they go missing at 27, 28 years old. A lot of names, they go missing at 21, 22 years old. And it's all the same exact times that these guys are signing their contracts. They're signing their deals with their labels. They go missing, and then their music gets released at and these labels make money off of them as well. So be very, very aware of these things, ladies and gentlemen. The music industry is a form of black magic. They use the music industry to get into your heads, to actually cause an idolization effect to you and the artist. People go to these shows and jump up and down and worship these artists in a big pit. It very, very much to me looks like prayer time in Islam. When the Muslims congregate and they pray to God Almighty all at the same time, that's exactly what a concert of 50,000 people look like, worshiping and screaming at Rihanna or whoever's on the stage. It's very, very sick. It's very, very sad to see. And as human beings, the fact that we've come to this level, that we've idolized each other at this level, is sad. And this is one of the issues of like worshiping anything but God Almighty. And this is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God Almighty, makes the number one sin that is unforgivable worshiping anything other than Him. Like, you're worshiping people, you're worshiping statues, you're worshiping other entities, multi-gods, or whatever the case may be. There's nothing worse. There's no griever sin than this. So be very, very, very careful, ladies and gentlemen, how much influence you give these people. Yes, there's a difference between you listening to a song in your car to pass time, and then there's a difference between idolizing these people, having their posters on your walls, buying all their albums, and in doing this because they're putting a spell on you. Taylor Swift literally calls herself a witch. She walks around with cats. There is no way that you guys actually believe she's not a witch. She's a witch. And it's funny because they build this idea of like witches in a movie, like they fly on broomsticks and do all these things. No, Taylor Swift does do rituals. Taylor Swift does have jinns or these demons around her. And Taylor Swift does utilize them to make things happen. They keep her rich. They keep her famous. And it's very, very, very sad to see, but it is what it is. God bless every single person that came into this video today. Inshallah, every single one of you learned something new. And if you have anything else to add, if you think I'm an idiot, go ahead and let me know. If you think this is some good insight on some of the music industry and it makes you want to dive a little bit deeper, go ahead, please do. The more you dive into these music videos and check your favorite artists and check their ages 21, 27, what they were releasing, you're going to find a lot of this. And it's going to be every single artist, and you will not miss it. I promise you. It doesn't matter if it's country music, pop music, rap music. It doesn't matter what it is. You can go to Spanish, South America, pop, and whatever you want, right? South American rap. When you look at the large artists that are signed by record labels, who are all owned by the same record label, you see the same exact thing happening. You see this demonic garbage continuously be spewed. You see these demon contracts get signed, and you see all of this stuff unfolding in front of our face. So thank you guys so much for coming today. God bless every single one of you. And until next time, free Lebanon, free Palestine from the evils that are happening in the Middle East, and free the whole entire world from the evils and the deception that is being brought to us. God bless you all, and until next time, bye-bye.